Hey everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn here in Sugar Land, Texas. I'm attending Thrive Remington Hospitality's annual conference. I got Sherri Cooper with me. She's an area general manager. But first, I want to thank our friends over at Actabl. Actabl gives you the power to profit. Please check them out at actabl.com. Sherri, you're working multiple properties. I think you're also the Old Town Alexandria property as well, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's in
cool.
Old Town Alexandria.
Yeah, so everything constantly changes. And as a general manager, you got to stay on your toes and understand what market conditions are. It looks like there's a lot of people now being let go from the federal government. They're slimming it down, which means fewer people traveling on that government per diem rate. I'm thinking Alexandria probably has a lot of government people that might stay there. Where are you thinking about that now? And how are you going to adapt as things continue to change?
Well, as we go forward, we are seeing a lot of declines in the government business and the groups coming in, and we're a very heavy group hotel.
Right. There's
In
general groups?
general groups. So we're seeing, a lot of our high-end groups that are putting a pause on travel right now because there's a little bit of an unknown.
Yep.
So with that unknown, I've instructed my sales team, let's focus more on different segmentations. Let's start building the transient, the BT market, and exceed a little bit over in our overbookings because we're not quite sure what we're going to see in cancellations and where we're going to see this going. So let's build a confident layer of business. And then once we build that confident layer of business, we can still take those groups, but we're just going to be cautious and make sure it's less of an impact on.
So what you're really doing is talking about a strategy of how to fill the hotel every day at a variety of price points in order to maximize revenue, right?
Absolutely.
Dumb question I could ask you, so how do you go about doing that? But every hotel is different and the business mix is different. So how do you think about what your hotel, for example, needs to do in order to get to that level that you just discussed with the right mix of business? How much business travel? How much group travel? How much transient travel? How do you even figure all of that out? And I don't need exact percentages from you, just how do you figure that out?
Yeah, good question, Glenn. So what we need to do is we're heavy on group business and government business during the week. So we're going to try to book more of those BT transient during the week. There's a lot of that market open. Sometimes you put length of stays on to get them to go through the right patterns. Maybe we lift those length of stays and look more at filling the rooms and not putting such strong restrictions on during the week.
Right.
And then on the weekends, it's mostly Smurf. Let's focus more on being more competitive on the rates on the weekends, because at the end of the day, it's not just selling out during the week, maximizing our ADR when we have the opportunities, but also filling those rooms on the dates that we don't have those opportunities.
Right. That makes a whole lot of sense. So if you're a young general manager at your property, how would you go about thinking about that business mix before you actually enact the plan to go get that right mix?
My recommendation for any young general manager is to understand your market and study your market, but also know how to use the systems that the brands put in place to help us. Right now, with AI and all the different resources we have all the information right at the end of our fingertips. So we just need to read it, understand it, and then go off the guidance of our gut. I always say, use your gut feeling. We're still human. Use your gut feeling of what you think is going to happen.
I will tell you, Sherri, every single time I ignore my gut, that is where I run into a problem. Remember, your gut is a lifetime of experience boiled down instantaneously into a feeling. You might not know all the reasons why, but you do at the same time. So Sherri, you've been a general manager for a little bit now, right? So how do you keep up with all of the changes that continue to progress throughout our incredible industry?
You learn from experience, quite honestly. So as I learn and I grow, I learn new things every day. Even though I think I've been a GM for 38 years, every day I learn something new. So I think it's the willingness to be able to, you don't know everything. So learn from people who have that experience. I actually learn from the younger generation. And so I'm open to learning, and that's the key, is keep yourself open.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Those digital natives look at the world very differently. I'm talking about Gen Z, younger millennials, for example. They see things a little bit differently. So it behoove all of us to learn a little bit from them, and it would also behoove them to learn a little bit from all of us. Sherri Cooper, Glenn Hausman. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thanks to Actabl. See you later.